What's up, everybody? Happy after Thanksgiving. I'm just cruising around on the north side of Chicago today. Trying to get my windshield clean here. Now I gotta take my car to the shop, my other one. Hopefully everybody had a good Thanksgiving. There you go. We're on Lincoln Avenue. We're by Bertreux. We're way on the north side right now. Hopefully everybody had a good time. Ate enough. Don't let that turkey get too old. Well, we don't have turkey. We had, what do we have? We had chuck roast. I don't know. My son bought this big half of a cow. He cut it up. And we also had Swedish meatballs from IKEA. We change it up every year. Each person, we usually let each kid or each person in the family choose what they want to do each year, or for like Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, you know, for the different holidays, for 4th of July, we'll change it up. So, hey, what's up, Holly? Happy holidays. It's a nice day on Lincoln Avenue here. Happy Black Friday. Yeah, I've been waiting to buy something, so I'm going to look online right now. That's Damon. Yeah, I think I'm going to go to St. Anne's Baker. Everybody knows where that's at. I might stay live when I do it. We'll see. I don't know. The owner might get mad at me, but we'll see. You know where that's at, on Chicago Avenue? That's where I'm going. I'm going to go get some soup for lunch. So we don't have soup. We didn't make soup this Thanksgiving. We got tons of leftovers. And maybe get some soup. Need some bread, I think. So it's kind of, you know, it's the little supermarket there. I think it's a little off of Damon on Chicago Avenue, Ukrainian. So that's where I'm heading to. I just dropped my one of my sons off at work. He stopped by. He's in college and he goes to work. He's really busting it, and he's doing full-time college and like almost full-time work. So it's really, you know, he's 21 and doing that. That's a pretty tough thing to be doing. And then plus living your life. You know how it is. We all grew up at one time. I think that's one of the things people forget about it. We have to do all these things at work, family, church, social life, and all of these things all at once. It's pretty wild. And then these younger guys, you know what I mean? They're navigating a whole new system, because in the old days when we did our stuff, we didn't have, when I grew up, I didn't have a cell phone. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. I think did we have cell phones in the 80s? I don't remember now. I don't think we did. I think my first cell phone was the Motorola flip phone. Remember that gray one? It was like it almost was as big as your hand. It wasn't the white ones, the big ones, the blocks or the bricks. It was the Motorola gray one. It flipped. Remember those? And it just had numbers there. That was my first cell phone. You flipped it and pulled the antenna up. Remember that? I might even have it somewhere. I don't know if I do. But that was, and then I think you only had minutes or something like that. You had no texting, none of that stuff. So nowadays, you know, they can do all of this stuff online. I have one of my sons, they do this gaming and stuff like that. He says he has friends all over the world, in Europe, Asia, and all of this stuff, and they do these gaming things. And like, I couldn't think of that. When we have those discussions with my family, I say, yeah, we had pen pals, maybe. That's about it. And watch the movie, right? And maybe if you wanted to watch something special about a place, you had to watch a Channel 11, right? Or Channel 20, the educational channel about a foreign country. But now these guys, they do all kinds of things. So it's kind of an interesting way of looking at stuff with these young guys, that they live a different way, you know what I mean? Yeah, you remember that, Ollie? Do you know which one I'm talking about? That gray one, right? Yeah, I think that was the only ones that were out there at the time. And then they started switching. I think the next one the better one was a Nokia, right? I think the Nokias were the ones that fought against the Motorola's. I think Nokia might have been the first texting one. Right? That was the one when they had all the buttons, or the Blackberries. I never did Blackberry. I don't know why. But I think the Nokia was like that too. But I don't know. I mean, we have family in Eastern Europe. That's where I'm from. I'm from Czechoslovakia. And I remember in the old days, and I don't know if everybody remembers this, you had to make an appointment to make long distance calls. I don't know if anybody even knows that. When you used to want to call, well, like Europe, I don't know if it was to other countries. I don't know if that was to Africa or to Asia. When I grew up, I remember to call my grandma, we had to set up an appointment. I don't even know how it was. Maybe I'll talk to my mom or my dad about that. But you had to set up, hey, we're going to call overseas plus the time lag, right? That's a 12-hour or 14-hour time lag. And then you would, I don't know if the operator would call us or what it was. And then you would talk to your family over there. I remember that. But it was on a certain time. It was at a certain time. And that was it, and it was live. And then you would hear the clicking in the background, which was them recording it or whatever, or the overseas call. But yeah, that was, I'm just thinking the amount of change that has happened since I was a kid to now. And I'm not going back on it. I'm not. I'm not. Maybe I think about some values and some morals and character building and maybe some societal cohesion that we might have had. Maybe we had it. Maybe it's in my imagination. But yeah, I'm not talking about going backwards in time. You kind of get what I'm trying to say? I want to go forward, so yeah. And we did, remember we did the show on Lathrop Homes? There they are right there. See that? So that's all boarded up there, right? I mean, you think about how many families we can put into that place, right? Now, the north side of it, right there, the north side of Diversity is clean and fixed up, but the south side of Diversity isn't. It's right next to Costco, is across the street there. But I think about all the opportunities that young people have nowadays. You know what I mean? My children have more opportunities than I had when I grew up. And then my grandchildren gonna have even better opportunities. So I always think about that stuff, right? That we're living in such a time with such change. You see that here? So these are fixed up, I think, this part. And then after it is not fixed up. You see that over there? How many people can we get working over there, right? To fix those projects up. Look at that. They're nice brick projects. See, my thing always is, and they should keep them centralized heat. That's the heat plant there, right? That's where they make the heat. They pump the hot water into each unit through pipes, centralized heating. That's what you want to use. It's less maintenance. Maybe you get the steam whistling or you get some leaking here and there, but that's easier to fix than a furnace. It's always easier to have central heating than to have separate heaters all over, unless it's a low maintenance. Like I have in my apartment, I have electric heat, and I should publish what I did years ago, because I switched all my heaters. I live in an old building. It's over 100 years old. I still have the old gas lines. They used to have lighting by gas in my apartment. They have a little, is that 3/8 pipe up there? Yeah, it's 3/8 and a half inch. Yeah, it's 3/8 pipe. If you plumbers don't know that, the young plumbers, yeah, they had 3/8 galvanized pipe up in the ceilings and around. That was to pump natural gas. My building had natural gas lighting, and they had vents in every room. You open the vent, and every room had a chimney. That means that the fumes would go out, right? And then they switched over to electric. But that's the thing. You know, you think about all of these things and what's good and what's bad. So I had space heaters I had a space heater in my living room and a space heater in my kitchen. The bedrooms didn't have heat. Never did. So as my kids grew up and they were growing up, you know which space heaters I'm talking about, the ones with the flames in them. Everybody, I don't know if you ever grew up with those. Before that, when I grew up in my house on Spalding, we had the oil heaters where you had to go get the oil out from the shed. I don't know if anybody grew up that way. I was in Chicago, 2830 South Spalding. We had the oil that was delivered into the shed. You had to get I don't know what it was. What was it? 5 gallon or 1 gallon, whatever, with the handle. It was a steel thing. You had the big tank inside the shed. You'd fill this sucker up. Then you'd go and fill up the heater. I don't know if everybody remembers that. John, not in hell. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, my man. What, are you threatening me or what? What is this? What, you get up in the morning at 8:52 in the morning to threaten people? Oh, there we go. Yeah, I guess. So I'm talking about my family and growing up, and then you're saying that I should go to hell. That's weird, and that's what you do? Or is this a bot? Or do you work with the Chicago Teachers Union? Most likely. It's most likely a Chicago Teachers Union member, right? Or a left-winger that want to discredit me, right? I guess so. While I'm talking about growing up at 2830 South Spalding in Little Village, right? And being an Eastern European immigrant, right? It's kind of funny, right? See what other comments we have here. Let's see. Let me pull over here so I can read these comments out loud to everybody here, right? Let's see this. Attitude, coward, beat up soon. You know what? Let me make sure maybe let's make sure that let's make sure we record this, and we make sure that the FBI gets this. Because I'm also an individual, and when you threaten to harm me as an individual through the internet, it's a federal charge. Because the internet's trans state. So you just committed a federal crime. So that's what we're going to do. And I know you're hiding behind a fake profile. So let's go. Lee Williams, right? John. All right, so let's go here. Lee Williams. Dude, I can't wait till I beat you up. There you go. So what? Yes, because you're a piece of work. You're an asswipe. Lee Williams. Imagine getting up. Look at this. It's 8:54 in the morning. What is it? November 28th. Imagine the left wing. They say they're inclusive. They say they're forgiving. They say they want to bring harmony and everybody together, and then they type like this. You're rotten hell already. You will get beat up soon. There you go. And it's a fake profile. Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? Well, everybody can have their opinion, right? So we got, now let's move on. So we did that. Lee Williams, it's a fake profile. We know that. The union is actually attacking me. They don't like me, right? Chicago Teachers Union. One of the reasons they got rid of me is because they discriminated against gay people and transgenders. In my last case, the reason I got terminated from the union was for a gay man that they made fun of. Right? Swanson was his name. You can look up the case. It's a federal discrimination case, and the union refused to help him because they wanted to clean the school out of all gay people. It's a Northside school. I'll tell that story another time. But let's get back to the switching, right? The switching of the technologies. The one thing we started the phone call out about is the live feed, which is, I was talking about the phone calls, right? Because I can live feed, right? Here we are in this is the type of people that were commenting, right? See that there? That's how they treat a neighborhood. The guy that was commenting, that negativity, that's what he does because he's angry that they can't support stores here, right? We're in Bucktown, and that's Wicker Park, right? So they're angry because their dreams, see that there? See that abandoned store there? How many abandoned stores are here in Bucktown? Because they can't afford where they live. They're living beyond their means. And they're angry because their dreams in their heads, they're like little kids. They can't get the lollipop. And when you give them a cherry lollipop, they want an orange lollipop. When you give them an orange lollipop, they want a grape lollipop. When you give them a grape lollipop, they want a peach lollipop. That's just the way those types of individuals are. They're very angry because the world around them doesn't work the way they think. The world around all of us works by working. That phone that we were talking about, the brick phone, the Motorola, there had to be people who were engineers, thinkers, designers. They made a lot of mistakes, and they went forward and they made the next phone. They made the next phone. They made phones until the point where now I can be at 8:57 a.m. the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday on a beautiful day to be talking to people on the phone and making a live video. Imagine that kind of a person, right, that invents, and then imagine the person, this Lee Williams that was commenting on my page, insulting me at 8:50 in the morning. Think about that. What kind of those two types of people are? And I wrote about this before. There's people who create, and there's people who destroy. That's how life is. That's how it is. We can't get around that. There's people who destroy stuff. They are. We have them all around us. Some of them have them in our families. We do. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just life, right? It's how, I don't want to say it's good. I don't want to say it's bad, but that's just how it is. There's people who create and people who destroy, people who make and people who take, right? And we're in the middle of that, right? Most of us are. Most of us are that way. I try to create things and go forward. And if we didn't go forward, we'd still have a brick phone, and we'd still be on that line waiting to make an appointment to call overseas, right? To your grandmother in Czechoslovakia, right? Or you would still be going to the shed, like I was just talking about, getting the oil to put in your oil burner, and then you had to breathe that stuff. Think about that. I don't know if you ever grew up that way. I did. I had an oil burner, and then our water heater you had to light up every time. It wasn't gas, natural gas. I don't think it was natural gas. We didn't have natural gas, or did we? I don't remember anymore. I think we did have natural gas, but the heaters, the furnaces were oil furnaces. Then when I lived on Winchester, I had these separate, the space heaters, the ones that you could see the flames. And as my kids were growing up, they would put their toys in there, would melt. You would smell the plastic, the toys, right? But I realized more because we had the little kids that were crawling around. We put the barrier around the space heater. You know which space heater I'm talking about, right? The ones that you used to put your pots on. You could dry your clothes on them. You know which ones I'm talking about, right? The one that you could see the flame in there, right? But they were hot. Well, after I think my second kid, I'm going to the bakery. I decided, see, there's more closed businesses there. See that? That's a closed business. After my second kid, I said, yeah, I can't have these space heaters like this. It's kind of dangerous. So I didn't know what to do. I couldn't figure it out. And there's multiple parts of those space heaters that they're hot. Right? They're hot. They have flames. You have the gas, right? That can explode and it burns. And then you have the carbon monoxide. So what I did, I switched over, and I can't do boilers, right? The hot water like I just showed you in the central heating system that was over at Lathrop. So I did electric base heaters. And I've had electric base heaters for going on 20 years now. Each room has its own little thing. Thermostat, you turn it on, and that gets hot. The kids still put their plastic toys in them and crayons. You can smell them, but it's a little safer. You don't have the gas flames, and you don't have the carbon monoxide. All right, so this is where I'm going. Can I park here or not? There we go. I think he's open. I don't know if he is or not. This is where I'm going. I'll leave it on. I'll go out and check first if he's on. If he's open, then I'll come back and grab my phone. Or maybe we'll take the phone with us, right? Oh, they're open. So that's where we're going. All right, that's where we're going. Ann's Bakery. I'll keep the phone down. I'll do a little shopping there. If you haven't been here, this is where you need to go, right? Hopefully I don't get a ticket. We'll see. We'll see if I get a ticket.
It took him 2 months ago. He was born like that. The 5 months.
I like getting my mineral water here, but I don't know which one has the bubbles in it. I like the mineral water with the bubbles. Right? I can't read this language. Which one is it? Can you get through? Well, that's mine. You can take that. Take that one. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can take that. I'll take the other one. There you go. I don't know which one has water or bubbles in it. I like the bubble water, right? Does this one have bubbles? I think that one down there has bubbles. See that? That's bubbles, right? That's bubbles right there. It's got a picture on it. I think it's got bubbles, right? Whatever. Alright, I'm supposed to get some sausage. Yep, we don't need no food. There you go, see that there? I might get one dark and one light. Well, I think I'll get two once my kid's home. I'll get two. There you go, look at that good stuff. What are we gonna get today? See that there? Delicious. Probably gonna get, I don't know which one of those I'm gonna get. I usually like getting that. But I'll get a couple of those dark sausages. I gotta get some bread, right? Those are blintzes there. They're delicious there. That rice looks good too. You can come out here and get some lunch, right? Good morning. What kind of soup do you have today?
Chicken and barbecue.
What's that one over there? What's
Barbecue.
the
Red
one?
gosh. Ukrainian.
Give me that one. Give me the big one. That one there. Thank you. What do you have inside of these?
It's apple and cheese.
Why don't you give me, I have two, give me 3 apples and 2 cheeses. Thank you. How was your Thanksgiving? Good? Good, good, good. Hey, you can get deli. You can get a lunch here for under $5. And they got usually 4 different soups, right? Usually have a chicken noodle, then maybe some sausage over there. 2 dark and 2 light ones. Maybe these 2 dark.
What's that?
That dark one there. Yes, and then 2 light ones. That one, yes. Thank you. Hello. Hey, how you doing? Happy holidays. Which one I'm gonna get? I think I'm gonna get that one. That has more meat. See that one there? That looks more smoked, darker. But that one looks better. See that there? I think I'm just gonna get that piece. Maybe give me this piece there. That whole piece, yes. Yeah. If you've never been here, you need to come here. There again. So if you're hungry, you can just get, and they got little containers there. You see that there? So you get a little bit of that, you get a little bit of that, a little bit of that. All right, and you get yourself a little lunch. All right, thank you very much. I think I'm supposed to just get bread, I think. Oh, well, that's the way life goes, don't it? Can't even get me a poppy seed roll here. The kids love that. So we're going to get one of them. And then I like these over here. And then we're going to get some bread, right? Oh, man, we're going to get some punchkis or what, man? What do you guys think? I'll get two types of breads here, right? Everybody remember the bread cutters that we used to have in the old days in the stores? Then we'll get two types of breads. We'll get that one, and we'll get this one. So we got two types, right? I gotta get me a stick and some punchkis, right? Raspberry, plum, and we'll get some of these, some of that. So what are we gonna get? We're gonna get some raspberry, right? Can you get through? You got it? I want to show you guys this, right? They got the dry fish here. My mom used to love that stuff. See that there? They got the fish. They got the cakes. You got the fresh bread, right? And then they got juices and candies and all of that stuff. And I got the water there, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. That one has the bubbles in it, right? Okay. They got chocolates, all that stuff, pickles. They got all kinds of good stuff here, right?
Potatisfiskor. Inlagd. Men det hade hänt mig förut. Jag kan alltid
All right, have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right, now we got to figure this out. They got all kinds of goodies here. Don't tell my wife I brought all this stuff, right? Oh man, it's hard, man. I'm driving around with one hand. I still gotta drop my Jeep off. My water pump blew. I'll show you when I get home, right? Alright, how do I do this stuff? Right, I gotta load this stuff in the car now. Right there, man. Ann's Bakery and Deli. Levitt in Chicago. If you haven't been here, come on. They got a nice deli. Gotta clean out that thing. It's got all the wood in there, right? From my ranch project, right? There we go. So that's our morning lunch we're gonna have, right? Or whatever it is, man. I don't know what it is. That's a little difficult here. There we go. That's how we're gonna do that one. There we go. That was magic, wasn't it? See, in life, we get to choose what we want to do. It's a nice place. Come on out. I'm telling you, if you want to make your wife or your husband happy today, or your partner, whatever you got, come on out right now. It's not that many people. Come on out. Like Humble Park Hooligan says, there's a bunch of good stores all around here. Come on out. So, you know, all these guys, it's weird. They put on, oh, support the local business. Do this. Man, you know what the local business is? The corner store. Who got rid of the corner stores? Think about it, right? You know, I want to stay positive, but it's the liberals who got rid of the corner stores. They corporatize. Why? Corporatization is communism. It's socialism. It destroys the individuality, right? They did that. They did that, not me. I grew up in Chicago. I went to corner stores. I went to the local barber down the street on Holman, right on 30th and Holman, right there. That was my barber over there. There was another corner store there of another friend. Those were Arab families there on Holman. I lived on Spalding, so I grew up with the corner store concept. These guys that are coming into our city didn't. Right? They wanted to destroy the corner stores. Why? Because that is the counter narrative to what? Independence, right? They don't want people to be independent. They don't want people to save their money and live where they work, because then you don't have to pay double rent. Imagine this, if you, in Chicago, see that these are all $1 million homes. These are $1 million homes here. The families that used to live here are pushed out. These are $1 million homes. I mean, we can look at them up right now. Where are we at? We're on Superior, right? This used to be a open air drug market 30, 40 years ago. Why don't we look up this house here? 2032 Superior, right? There's no car behind me. What's up, Nick? I'm up here in the old Ukrainian village. It's all changed now. People don't believe me. And then I got a guy, some whackhead, that said I should be killed already this morning on my page. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Let's look up this 2034 West Superior, Chicago, Redfin. How much is that house worth? You want to see? Those are condos right there. That's 32. Those are condos. So each condo in there is $500,000. There's 3 of them there. There's 1, 2, 3. That's a triplex. Or 34? Is that what it is? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. There you go. 32. Let's see. The 4. That one right there. Let's see how much it is. Oh my gosh. Can you count that high? Yeah, baby. Right there, man. That house right there is $1.2 million. Right there. Right there. We're on Superior. Everybody remember Superior in the old days? There you go. But capitalism is good. Why? Because it creates what? Change. It's what I talked about. We started to show off by what? Talking about the brick phone, the old Motorola bricks. Remember those? The gray ones, the first flip phones. Then I talked about my heaters in my house on 28th and Spalding, where when I grew up, I was the guy that went and get the oil. Did anybody use oil heaters when you grew up? I did. We had oil heaters. Then I talked about changing my furnace, my space heaters in my apartment on Winchester to electric. So we can argue capitalism is good and bad, but capitalism drives change. If everybody has the same job, everybody gets the same pay, then there's no drive for what? Change. Then we'd still have the brick phone. We'd still be using oil in my apartment to heat, and it'd be dangerous for my kids, and my kids would be breathing that stuff. You kind of get what I'm saying? So I don't know. You can argue, is it good or is it good bad? And then I show it because, look, I don't have 1.2 million to buy a house. I don't know if anybody watching this, do you got 1.2 million for a house? But here's the thing they're doing now. They're doing family mortgages. I learned about this years ago, and now Trump also talked about 50-year mortgages. The 50-year mortgages won't be your mortgage, it'll be your family's mortgage. You'll sign up as the family, so the whole family buys the building. And now you're going back to more of a less transactional real estate kind of environment. Nowadays, we buy houses like cars or whatever. I mean, I've lived in the same place for almost 30 years. I drive my cars till they break, till they don't drive anymore. You know what I mean? So maybe we're getting back to the old style where you're just not moving all the time. You're not, what do you call it? They're so transactional and transient, where you stay put in. The only thing that we're missing is jobs. You can stay put in a house. You can maybe stay put in a neighborhood. You can maybe even stay put as a business, maybe. But the jobs aren't there anymore. I mean, we're here now in the Kinsey corridor, the industrial corridor, and there's no jobs out here. Yeah, these were light there was mid manufacturing, right? Kinsey industrial corridor. There is no industry here anymore. It's all, they're putting restaurants now into places where they shouldn't. This has a special designation here, and there's people. I'll tell you this. Watch this. They do dog sitting over here. I'm gonna go over here. I'll show you this. This house they're building right there. See that one there? I don't know what they do here. There's a dog sitter over there, right? This one here, I got video of when they burned it. They burned this on purpose so they can rezone it. This one, the city did. This used to be a city lot. The city used to have stuff here. It was a contractor. And they fake burned the building. They fake burned the building. So what? They can rezone it. That's a dog sitting place. Used to be dogs right there, right? Intelligentsia is gone. That's what the last manufacturers were here that did coffee roasting and kind of a processing. You could say it's manufacturing, maybe. It's more processing, right? You're not manufacturing a good there, but you can say you're manufacturing coffee. So that if intelligentsia is moving, that's bad, right? There's a bunch of cool stuff here if you want semi, right? See that there? It's all for sale. We're on Walnut, all right? Woolcott and Walnut, right? brewing company. I think I have their old beer crates. I cleaned out somebody's garage, or I found some. I have their old original beer crates, and I don't know if this is an old beer company or not. But remember, beer is service, right? It's for people who have money, right? Once you want to relax and you worked all week in your factory, or like today, you're at home with your family after a nice Thanksgiving, you met your family or your relatives and all of that. I'm getting incoming messages. Maybe I should check those. Then what happens? You want to sit back and have a little bit of beer, or like I just did, you go to the local Ukrainian deli and you get some little stuff. What's up, Nick? Happy Thanksgiving to you, by the way. Sorry I didn't say that, Nick. And to everybody watching, happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody's relaxing on a Friday. I think there's football games, man. I'm getting all these messages from somebody. Let's check who's texting me this morning. I'm getting notified Chicago. Oh man, the text messages are just coming in from yesterday. That was strange. So let me get out of here. So now I'm heading towards my place. So I think the theme of today is change, right? I had a good long conversation with my son this morning, and we're talking about a lot of stuff. So he gave me some good ideas. And what was interesting is what happened earlier. Hey, what's up, Brian? I haven't seen you in a long time. Are you good or what? Huh? Are you all right or what? I haven't seen you on the page in a long, long time, man. 2 p.m. All right, I'm going to get home. I'm just going home now. I had to drop my kid off at school. My kid goes to school on the north side. So I dropped him off, pick up some food, and after this, I have to drop my car off at the shop. My power steering pump blew. I'll show you when I get home. It was interesting. I don't know if you guys seen it. I already blocked it, but I had a guy threatening to kill me earlier on this broadcast. So I don't even understand that. So it's a strange thing. Think about this. How does a guy that drives around talking, that grew up on the south side, is broke, has got high credit debt, does a social media feed about what's going on in Chicago? Good morning, my brother. Happy holidays. And how am I a threat to anybody? You think about that. I'm a dude that drives around in my car, right? And I talk. Sometimes I go wild. I talk crazy stuff. Sometimes, like today, I'm a little calmed down. I'm trying to be a little more even-keeled, right? Well, what threat do I pose to anybody? I don't even get that. I don't even understand that. What threat do I pose to people? I'm not a cop. I'm not a narc. I don't work at the government. I don't work with any association. I'm not part of any union. I don't make money, right? I don't get money from any people. I get some money from ads from Facebook and Twitter. They send me some money once a month. I don't know who's the ad's from, so it's a blind ad, right? Meaning I can't adjust what I say to the ads. You kind of get it, the product. What is it called? Product placement. You know how some people talk about ads. I don't know who advertises on my page and why I get money from Facebook or Twitter. So it's kind of good because then you can't adjust what you say, right? So what harm am I causing, and why would people be scared of me, right? Why? Because I talk about certain issues like corruption, racism, policing, the unhoused, returning citizens, crime. And you know something's going on here, right? There's a fire truck there, right? Something's going on there. There you go. There you go. That's what you got, right? The guy's laying on the ground, right? See that there? That's what we got. See that there, laying on the ground. Is that what makes people mad about me? I mean, is that what people don't like? That I show you that? That I show homelessness? That I show debauchery? I don't get it. I don't understand. You know what I mean, Nick? Look, I know I'm my way. And I say what I want. And I do what I want. And I get it. Maybe I'm not part of the way people think nowadays, right? The next generation. I get that. Maybe I talk, maybe I talk old-fashioned. I don't know. But what danger do I pose? It's like the old lady on the block. Remember that when we grew up? She would yell at you, don't go on her grass. Remember those days? Remember that? So she yelled at you, you don't go on her grass. Sometimes I never did. I never fooled around with those ladies. Some kids did that. Wasn't part of that stuff where you harass them or something or laugh at them or whatever. I don't know. That had nothing to do with me, but you kind of get it? So it's the old lady saying and yelling at you, don't stay on my grass. That's my grass. Why would you be threatened by an old lady? Why are you threatened by why are you threatened by a 57-year-old white guy that drives around with a video camera in his car? Who's threatened by that? I don't think any of my viewers are threatened. I guess there is. I was threatened this morning by some guy, some fake profile. Someone was threatened, I guess, by me. If you're a drug dealer, are you really threatened by me? What are you threatened by? Don't sell drugs you won't be on the video camera, right? Don't sell drugs on the street corner. You'll be fine. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm a simple kind of a thinking guy, right? But I guess there's a lot of people who are threatened by me. I mean, today I was threatened. I mean, somebody was saying that they hope that I get hurt. I got it all on video. I already erased it. You guys can't see it. But someone was saying I should be hurt and harmed. In other words, he was saying, I'm not going to repeat it because it's a holiday today. But yeah, someone was saying that I should be harmed. I recorded it and I'm going to send it to the FBI. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start tracing some of that. Where does that come from? Does it come from the left? Does it come from the right? Is it libertarian? Is it anarchists? Is it Antifas? Is it MAGAs? In the old days, MAGAs used to threaten me. I got screenshots of when MAGAs said I should die too. Before, remember when the MAGAs were drinking bleach? Yeah. I don't drink bleach and I don't take horse tranquilizers. Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing, right? So now we're in Pilsen, right? Is this Pilsen? Yeah, we're not in Little Village. This is Pilsen. Little Village is a little bit to the west of here. We're in Pilsen. If you want a good coffee, they got good coffee right there. I got coffee in my car, so I'm not going to buy it. Right there, it is one of the best coffees you can buy in the city. Right there, in that train station. You got a lot of people. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people waiting, so we're going to go get a coffee. How about that? But you understand what? Okay, look, Nick, you've listened to me, and maybe you agree with me or you don't agree with me. That's it. You don't have to be nice to me. Just be honest with me. How am I threatening somebody with a video? Do I threaten people? Do people feel scared? Do you feel ashamed? Do you feel frightened when I talk? I mean, maybe there's some of the things I do maybe are scary, right? They might be scary, and I go into scary situations. But Nick, are you scared of me? Come on, man. You kind of get what I'm saying, Nick? I don't get it. Am I a threat to somebody in my car driving around? I don't understand that. Why would someone threaten somebody who's driving around in their car, right? It's a weird thing, right? This guy's in the opposite direction there, man. See that there? He's parked in the opposite direction, right? That's what it is, right? Let's go get me a cappuccino and an Americano, right? I don't know if I can get in there though. It might be packed. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's packed. It might not be. Let's go check. We're gonna get an Americano and a cappuccino. But you get what I'm trying to say? What's the threat? How do I threaten somebody? That's where I'm getting at, I guess, with my language, with my behaviors, right? I don't understand that. Ain't nobody here, right? Yeah, I don't get that.
Excuse me, sir.
Huh?
You can't videotape me here, first of all. Are you a policeman?
I'm a credentialed media.
A credentialed media?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have permission to film in here?
I don't know.
And if you're not a police officer, you cannot have a firearm in this location.
Okay, so I'll leave then.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I guess we're not getting a coffee, right? Let's get out of here, right? So that's what happens. You can't spend your money, right? So you can't film, but it's a public space, right? That's a strange thing, isn't it? It's strange though, how did that girl get burned alive? That's strange, isn't it? Alright, let's get going. Let's keep moving, right, Nick? Well, that's a little less money that company will make today, right? So you can't film on the CTA, they say, huh? That's interesting. Everything's a confrontation. So no filming, right? But yet people get on the trains that harm people, I guess. What's this guy doing here? Did you just seen that, right, Nick? I mean, so if it wasn't Friday morning, what's this guy doing? If it wasn't Friday morning, right after the holidays, I'd probably go off, right? It's an interesting concept, right? You get kicked out for filming and whatever else, yet people burn people alive, right? There's shootings on trains and buses. It's a strange thing, isn't it? It's what we discuss, right? Anarcho-tyranny, right? The law-abiding citizen, right, gets harassed, but the gangbanger criminal who just murdered somebody or burned somebody alive can walk around among us, right? There's not too much I can say about that, right? Like I said, it's a Friday morning. I'm trying to temper what I say, right? Because I am who I am and I say what I do. In the end, I think the video explains what I'm doing. So did you see the other store? I mean, they knew I was filming. I filmed and I went and did my shopping. I left and that's it. So I go into a CTA station to buy a coffee and I'm told I need to leave, right? Or I'm filming, right? Permission. So I guess you need permission to film on the CTA, but you don't need permission to harm people, right? It's kind of a strange kind of a thing, right? What we're going to do is I'll show you guys the silos. There's the Damon silos, how much they're torn down, right? There. That's the Damon silo. That's what's left. If you ever came here, you need to come here and see it. It's almost done. It'll probably be done. That'll be done before, it might be done before the end of the month. I doubt it, though. It'll be done in about 2 weeks. And that's the CMD there, the Central Manufacturing District. It is. I was just going to do a plug, that's it, but that's all right. That's how life is. Maybe it's a good thing she's observant and keeping her station clean. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm trying to do a different type of a show here. That's all I'm trying to do. What'd you do for Thanksgiving, Nick, before I get done? I'm almost done with my ride here. All right? What'd you have? Did you have turkey? Did you have ham? What'd you have, man, my brother? I was going to show you guys my car. Right? It's busted, right? That's what broke on it. And then I'm going to take that to the shop, right? That's what I'm going to do. I gotta call my kid to come down and maybe move my car forward, and then I'll park this in the back of it. Let's see, I'm gonna call my kid. Let's see how you do this stuff. I'm gonna call my kid right now, right?
Yep.
Hey, are you up or what?
Yep. What's up?
And can you come down and move my car up so I don't have to do it twice? I'm coming in with the van, and then I'm going to just move my Jeep up a little bit, maybe turn the wheel a little bit, all right? So I can just pull out. All right. You okay or what?
Yeah, I just woke up.
All right. Sorry I woke you up. All right, see you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
I got coffee here. I got coffee right there. And by the way, have you guys seen that latest stuff I went to the... All right, let me get this, man. Just something came across my bottom of my phone. Went to the in-laws' house, had some homemade tacos with spaghetti, some sandwich. Oh, man. Oh. I could just... yeah. Spaghetti, homemade spaghetti. I haven't had that for a while. Ooh. That sounds like a great time. Yeah, that sounds like a great time. We had, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, we had chuck roast, I think that's what it was, and IKEA meatballs. We switch around every year and every holiday, the food, so yeah. Oh man, that sounds like a good time there, man. Yeah. Tacos and spaghetti. Man, I could taste that spaghetti right now, man. You're making me hungry, my brother. I got from the St. Anne's, the Ukrainian joint. I got borscht today. Borscht, I got smoked sausage. I got the blintzes. I got apple and cheese. So kind of like for a breakfast thing. Actually, we should just drive. I should just have him drive my car right there, man. I'll tell my kid to drive the car there, right? If he can. Let's see. Let's see if he can do it. Yeah, are you waking up to drive that to Ositos or what? You waking up to drive that to Ositos? Is that
We need to get changed.
I'll change and we'll drop it off, all right? I'll show you guys what's busted around here. I got groceries in here from St. Anne's. Let me show you guys what's busted in, and I'm gonna shut down the live. I'll show you guys what's busted on the car. All right, I'll grab the other one. I'm just gonna show you I'm live feeding what's busted on the car. Oh man, somebody dropped some water over there. But I'll show you what's wrong on mine. My power steering pump went out. You see all the fluid down there? Look at that. You see all the oil down there? There. It's all busted. So, oh, that church there. That's a low. Did you see that? The busted up stuff down there? See that there? That's the busted up. There you go. That's how you know that you got something broken in your car. See all that fluid down there? All right, guys. I always like to end with that nice Lutheran. Take it easy, everybody. Talk to you guys later. Appreciate you guys. Bye.